Hey guys! In thinking of tips that I wanted to share with you, I thought about flour. In all of my trial and error and spending tons and tons and tons of money, I don't want you to have to go through that if you're just starting out. So I'm going to discuss a few different flours really quickly with you and why I use them and why I don't use them. So first of all, we've got oat flour. Oat flour I don't use very often at all. As you can see, it's not even open. Some recipes call for oat flour, but it's really good for use in thickening soups and stews. So that's kind of what I stick to with that unless a recipe specifically calls for it. Then we have cornmeal. Cornmeal is also very good. It's a very coarse flour. So you can use this in making cornbread or hush puppies. That's what I made with this and it was delicious. Next we have almond flour. Being our most expensive flour, I really don't use it very often. You could replace your regular traditional all-purpose flour with almond flour, but again, it's very, very pricey, but it is less carbs, I think, and more protein. Not just I think, I know. So almond flour for me, I use when I make macarons or almond type cookies, biscotti, ginger snaps, that kind of thing. I stick to cookies with that. And then we have our coconut flour. Coconut flour to me is sweeter and also kind of a little more coarse, more powdery kind of feel and taste. I stick to coating this with chicken, shrimp, fish, things like that when I want to put them in a pan and cook them up nice in a little coconut oil. It gives it a nice sweet flavor. And then lastly, we have our all-purpose flours. Now these are my personal choices. This is your Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 flour, and that means you can literally use it and change it out for any flour, any all-purpose flour recipe that is out there. You can use that. But my preference when baking is the King Arthur's flour. This is my favorite. This is my baby. And it is also a little pricey, but it goes kind of a long way, and I use it when I make my cupcakes, my cakes, my bundt cakes, all of those things. Even when I coat chicken, things like that, it is perfect to exchange for regular flour. And it also has xanthan gum in it already, so you do not need to add that in. And this kind is dairy free. All right, there's your tips on flour. Happy baking!